I start? Hey guys, how are you? I hope you are having a good time. Wish you a pleasant evening. So, how was your day? So we are going to have another session today. So firstly, I would like to ask that how is the quality of broadcast? Is it fine? So, please rate us from 1 to 10. Please rate us from 1 to 10. And if you want to see anything, like please comment in the, please let us know in the comment box. Okay, fine. So please rate us among are we 1 or 2 or 3 or 5? Am I visible? Is the quality fine? Or like any issues with broadcast, please let us know. Okay, fine. Okay. So yeah, how is your preparation for exam? Before I introduce you myself, before I introduce myself to you, so again I would like to ask, how is your preparation for exam? Is it terrible? Is it fine? Or is it super fine? So I guess it is super fine, and with Altedemy, I assure you that it is going to be super fine. Okay. So yes, about me. So this is me, Rishabh. I am basically a dentist turned teacher. I am ex-LN faculty. LN is a renowned institution in this arena of pre-medical mentoring. Pre-medical mentoring. I love interacting with people. I was like very much fond of speaking and debating in my college days. So hence I switched over to academics, and I love simplifying the complex mysteries of science. My main interest lies in evolutionary biology, which is quite contrasting to my medical background, no relation, and plant physiology, which I have discovered recently. Okay, I am aiming to provoke the thought process. I do not believe in cramming or mugging up or like simply remembering. So I do not believe in rote learning. You need to think, you need to understand, you need to visualize the subject, and you should be very creative. Okay. Okay, so we were discussing about mineral nutrition. So this is lesson 2. In first lesson, we have discussed certain things, and we are like in certain of we are going to discuss certain things. So we will have a brief recap of that. Okay. So please let us know your concerns, if any of your concerns are there, in the comment box. Okay. So like Juhi Maheskar 10. Okay, 10. 10 means broadcast. Okay, Juhi is saying that our broadcast quality is fine. Wow, we are glad to hear that. And Savio Bhalrai, yep. Yep means okay. So let us know what you mean by yep. Okay. So about our course, we have got 90 plus classes. We have got 90 plus classes in each subject. We are going to have. Okay. In like we are going to have 90 plus classes in our each of our session, each of our subject. We have like convenient educational. This is a convenient educational platform you can access. Like you have all, we have all time online presence. Syllabus is from NEET experts. I have years of experience in mentoring NEET students. Flipped classroom method and doubt solving practice, which makes us unique. Okay, so I would like to share our methodology. So how like we are different. This methodology. So firstly, we have got theory. So this theory thing which makes us unique. So we give theory prior to our lectures. So theory and study materials, both of these. So this is the first stage. Okay. Post that we conduct webinars. Like I am conducting webinar for you. But since like it is an introductory session, so when we'll begin in full-fledged position, so we will go through this way. Okay. So firstly, you should be acquainted with theory, and then webinar and interacting with you directly, and then we give you homework, and we personally mentor it. So we have a mentoring team who checks homework very rigorously. Okay, so this method has been adopted by stalwarts like Harvard institution. This is a proven and tested method. Okay, so okay, fine. So now regarding this, we have different plans. We have different plans. We have 3 plans. So one of our plan is okay. Sorry. Yes, I would like to introduce you. So one of our plan is light plan, and then another plan is smart plan, and then proficient plan. So this smart plan is most convenient, or you can say like suitable for most of the students. Okay, suitable for majority. Okay. Suitable for majority. All right, because we have got interactive live classes, I'm interacting with you right now. We have structured courses and PDFs. Okay, we have got live tests, we have got physical notes, one-on-one mentorship. This system lacks in this one-on-one mentorship still lacks in most of the institutions which are mentoring NEET students. So one-on-one mentorship is like very new, because now an organization becomes massive and like there is a huge chunk of students. So students may get access to educational resources. They may but they may not receive this one-on-one mentorship. Okay, so this thing is special we have got. Okay, then we have got live doubt solving. You ask me something and we go to this. Okay, Tushar Bankar, yes, hi. Savio 10, thank you Savio, we are 10. Hello Tushar. So okay, mock tests regularly, we conduct mock tests regularly. However, in this smart segment, we do not have additional special courses. Okay, so for most of the students, this smart suffices. But in case you need excess edge, or like you are a topper type material and you want to get edge over everyone, then we advise you to go for this. But this is not for majority. Okay, this is like kind of exclusively reserved for some special category students. For most, this would suffice. And we have a shorter experience of light also, in which these features are present. Okay, going to the class forward. So we have got, okay, so in last class what did we discuss? Juhi Maiskar, okay sir, okay. Shine Chaudhary, good evening Shine Chaudhary. So bullet points we discussed in mineral nutrition. Soil is the source of all minerals. Okay, I told you that soil is the source of all minerals, and minerals are necessary for the growth of plant and for its growth, sustenance and reproduction. So we have, in last session we discussed some of the things. I elaborated in detail, but today I will go in brief. That essential elements, those elements which are absolutely necessary for growth and reproduction. Non-essential element, okay, those which may be present and which if present do not play any role. Like for example, silicon even if present, or like gold even if present, or silver even if present, do not play any role for the plant. Okay, so they are non-essential elements. Fine. Then we have got mineral elements and non-mineral elements. Mineral elements means those which are obtained from soil. Example, nitrogen. Okay, nitrogen is also a non-mineral element. Okay, better you say potassium is a mineral element. Okay, and iron is a mineral element. Okay, iron is a mineral element. In non-mineral element, those which can be obtained by atmosphere. Okay, those which can be obtained by atmosphere or are obtained in gaseous form. Fine. Like we get carbon in form of CO2. Okay, so it is a non-mineral element. We also get nitrogen in form of like nitrogen mixture of gases. In air it is also present, so we can say nitrogen also. We get hydrogen as like H2O, so it is not absorbed in ionic form. So non-mineral element and mineral element. Like, and then we discussed criteria for essentiality. What is the criteria? First thing, that necessary for growth and reproduction. Okay, directly necessary, must be absolutely necessary for growth and reproduction, and should not replaceable. Okay, and then we have got should be absolutely necessary for metabolism. I'm improving my handwriting on this digital pad. So okay, so if you have any concerns, please let me know that sir, your handwriting is not that good. Okay. So okay, moving ahead in today's class. Okay, again this some of the promotional content we are we are emphasizing over it, because like we have conducted only one session. So this art NEET, this is important for you to listen. This art NEET, this is our platform in Telegram. This is our Telegram channel. If you access to it, then 10 random students will get access to our premium content for 1 month without any cost. Okay, access to premium content without any hidden expenses. Access to premium content for 1 month. All right, students. So, okay, so please subscribe this or meet, and like it is a one stop. It is one stop platform for communicating with you. Okay, whatever we have, like okay, we have announcement. We have an announcement to make. Whatever classes we are going to have, and some of the educational resources, all of us are like shared here. So if if you are watching us and if you want to be with us, so please subscribe this. Okay, moving ahead. Yes, okay. So last class I have told you, today we are going to discuss about deficiency of essential elements. So deficiency of essential elements. So like deficiency, essential elements, you have known that they are responsible for our metabolism. They are responsible for our growth and development, and they are not replaceable. So what if they go deficient? What if we are lacking in them? What if we are not able to get them in the quantity which is required? Okay, so deficiency of essential elements is an issue. If essential elements are lacking, so if essential elements are lacking, then plant develops certain symptoms. Plant develops certain symptoms. For example, it is a general knowledge, plant develops certain symptoms. Like you have heard about a disease known as scurvy. Okay, and this scurvy is due to deficiency of vitamin C. Okay, so it is as far as relating to animal. So if animals are like deficient in vitamin C, they may develop scurvy. Okay, but what in case of the plant, and you are aware that if you are deficient in iron, so you may develop iron deficiency anemia. Okay, you may develop iron deficiency anemia in case you are lacking, in iron. But what about plant? Will plant develop iron deficiency anemia? Will plant develop anemia ever? No, because plant has no blood, plant has no RBC. Plant will have different things. Okay, plant will have different manifestations, different consequences in the body. Okay, so this is, therefore it is clear that plant will always have some like issues. Okay. Hmm. Okay, so plant will have now this critical concentration. So I would like to define this critical concentration. If you have any concern, please let us know in the comment box. I would love to respond to your concerns. Okay, so we have got this critical concentration, the minimum concentration beyond which the minimum concentration necessary to avoid deficiency symptoms, to avoid deficiency symptoms. Okay, so the minimum concentration which is necessary to avoid deficiency symptoms. Okay, if like you can say that, okay, here we have got higher and here we have got lower. Okay, consider in case of animals, like if animals receive excess dose of vitamins, so they develop certain if animals receive excess dose of vitamins, they may develop hypervitaminosis, which is problematic to them. Okay, but optimum concentration is required. But if they required if animals receive excess concentration of vitamins, they develop hypervitaminosis, a condition known as hypervitaminosis. But okay, coming down, you find an optimum concentration. This concentration is desirable, this should be there. Okay, this should be there for normal functioning. But if you go too low, if you go beyond it, then you develop deficiency. Okay, deficiency. So this minimum concentration is referred to as what? Critical concentration. Critical concentration. Okay, If you go beyond it, then deficiency symptoms develop. And deficiency symptoms, what deficiency symptoms may be there? There may be a number of symptoms like loss of chlorophyll, leading to yellowing of leaves. Okay, stunted growth, stunted growth. Plants fail to achieve proper growth. Loss of chlorophyll, stunting growth, delay in flowering. Okay, and birds may not develop into flower. Yeah, that is delay in flowering. Okay, birds may not develop into flower, stunted growth, loss of chlorophyll. So this, and like death of leaf tissue. Pigmentation in leaves. Pigmentation means like when they appear of different color, contrasting to their usual color or natural color. Naturally they are green, but suppose suddenly brown pigment appears, or like they look purple, so purple spots appear, so that is pigmentation. Okay, so a number of deficiency symptoms may be there. We need not go in much details. Whatever is given in NCERT is sufficient for us. Fine. So deficiency symptoms we have. Then we have got mobile. Now this point, mobility of mineral. Now certain elements are actively remobilized. Certain elements are actively remobilized in the plant body. Okay, like they are frequently remobilized. You are present here, you would be taken to some another place. Okay, you are present at some other place, you would be taken to some other place. This means like your place will change. Okay, so frequently remobilized. Another category which are not frequently remobilized means they may either be immobile or they may not be frequently remobilized. For example, calcium. So calcium for example, if present in middle lamella, calcium pectate. So calcium tends to not move here and there in the plant body. It may not be remobilized. So okay. So now the thing that actively mobile elements are deficient in older ones. Okay. For example, nitrogen, potassium, magnesium. So what it says that nitrogen moves frequently. Nitrogen, if like we have deficiency of nitrogen, so nitrogen would be taken from that site to another site where it is required. Okay, so it will be taken from a deficient site to it will be taken from a site where it is in excess to the deficient site. It will be remobilized. Okay, and then like potassium for example we have got, and magnesium we have got. Okay, so what happens like if a plant part goes senescence or gets old, so therefore certain elements are taken from them. Okay, like you have an old house. It is like rickety type of. It is about to collapse, and you are purchasing another house. So you will take things from that house. Okay, so that house will become deficient in some things. Okay, but you cannot take everything from that house. For example, water taps. Oh, you may take, but for example, like tiles on the floor, you may not take everything. Okay, so therefore those elements which are remobilized are deficient in older ones, but those immotile or like less mobilized, so their deficiency symptoms, deficiency first seen in younger tissues. Okay, quite contrasting and opposite. Sir, repeat the mobility of minerals. Okay, mobility of minerals. What do you mean by mobility of minerals? What do you mean by mobility? Shine Chaudhary says mobility means to move. Okay, I have got one of the leaf, and this leaf is connected, and then I have got a younger leaf. So let us say that younger leaf, young, and here it is like old. Okay, so now some of the elements like calcium will not move, but nitrogen will move. So nitrogen will move from here, it will move, nitrogen, it will move, and it will come to younger plant. Why it will come to younger plant? Because younger plant requires it more. And why it will move? Because old plant does not require it, and the plant would try to extract that from the older plant. Okay, because it is going to die, it is senescent. So since nitrogen can easily move, so its deficiency will be first seen in older ones. Okay, because older ones bear all the loss, they sacrifice the most, and young ones enjoy. Okay, young ones enjoy, young ones like young children, okay, they get everything, they demand candies, they demand toffees, they demand chocolates, they get everything. But okay, from where it is coming? It is coming from the older ones. So older ones have to spend money or time or energy to fulfill their demands. So the okay, now the case, those elements which can move are deficient first in older ones. Now opposite case, some of the elements which cannot move, like okay, consider immotile or less mobilized. For example, calcium. Calcium will not move, and overall we have a deficiency in the plant. Why? Because soil may not be containing calcium in the enough amount. So what will happen? That it will not move from old. So who will develop deficiency symptom first? Young will develop deficiency symptom first. I hope I am clear. Shahin Chaudhary, is it fine? Savio, movement. Yes, movement की तो बात मैंने बता दी. Okay, I have told you about movement. So anything else? Shall we move ahead? बोलिए बोलिए. Okay, let's move ahead. I guess you are fine. So I hope all the points are clear. Critical concentration necessary. Deficiency symptoms. If essential elements are not there, they will develop. Mobility of minerals. Plant takes plant keeps on readjusting. You are here in excess. Okay, I will take from you. Okay, you are here deficient. Okay, I will supply it to you. This is the case. So plant body takes care of it. And then actively mobile, they are deficient in older ones first. Deficient in older ones first. Okay, ठीक है. And immotile or less mobilized, they are deficient first in younger tissues. Fine. Deficient first. Must write deficient first in older tissues. It does not mean that they will always remain deficient in older ones. This does not mean. Okay. Yes, Juhi. Oh, clear. Okay, fine. Let's move ahead. Got it. Okay, Shine. So, okay, observe the loss. Observe the loss. You see, this is a leaf. Okay, and it is this is a leaf, and it is green here. Okay, it is green here. It should be green homogeneously. It should be green homogeneously. It should be green homogeneously, but it is not green homogeneously. It is green like in patches. So like we have got this, we have lost something. So what is this loss about? What is this loss about? Okay, why leaves look green? Tell me in the comment section. This is a very basic question. This is a very basic question, or question of general knowledge. Why leaves look green? And why your blood appears red? Because of hemoglobin. So why leaves look green? Because of what? Because of what? Tell me faster, faster, faster. General knowledge question. It is obviously because of chlorophyll. Chlorophyll. Okay. Yes, Savio has answered. Savio Balrai. Chlorophyll. Yes, because of chlorophyll, plants like look green. So we have the term greenery or haryali. So this is because of chlorophyll. Okay, fine. Now here you notice that this leaf is not homogeneously. This leaf is not homogeneously green, and this is not that this is a different type of plant. This is not the case that this is a different type of plant. It is suffering from a disease which is known as chlorosis. That means it is suffering from a disease which is known as chlorosis. Okay. So chlorosis. That means chlorophyll has been lost. Okay. Chlorophyll has been lost in these areas. Okay. Chlorosis, yes, take a chlorosis. So like, okay, observe this where my highlighter is moving. Okay, so these patchy areas, which yellow areas, here chlorophyll is lost. So what will be its consequence? Chlorophyll is lost in these areas. So obviously the surface area for photosynthesis has decreased. And this is a great loss to the plant. Okay, this is a great loss of the plant. Okay, yes. So we will move ahead. Now, chlorosis is due to deficiency of which elements? Okay, observe this. Who is the culprit? Here you have seen that, okay, these patchy areas of yellowishness. It is not like this is some designer leaf. Okay, this is a natural leaf, but like this plant is like ill. This plant is not feeling well. It is suffering from deficiency symptoms. So these yellow areas, what are these yellow areas? These are chlorotic patches. Okay, chlorotic patches. Okay, they may be due to nitrogen. Nitrogen obviously required in most amount. Okay, greatest amount, I have told you. Okay, then we require potassium. Potassium keeps track of cation anion balance. Then we have got magnesium, ring structure of chlorophyll. If magnesium is deficient, how will you form the ring structure? So obviously chlorosis is going to take place. Then we have got sulfur. Okay, sulfur is present in two amino acids, cysteine and methionine. If sulfur is not there, so it will lead to yellowing of leaves. Okay, then we have got iron. If iron is deficient, iron is also part of structure of chlorophyll. Iron is also necessary. Then we have got manganese. Okay, if manganese is not there, then issues may be there. And then we have got zinc, we have got molybdenum. Okay, all these elements, if deficient, then chlorosis may take place. I hope everything is clear. Please let me know anything, any issues you have got in the comment section. Okay. Yes. So we have got our. You can like wherever you are watching me, or you are watching me on YouTube. So we have got a YouTube channel. So please subscribe it. Please subscribe it. Okay. Because on this YouTube channel we will have you will have access to some of our free content. Okay, some of our free content would be there on YouTube, so please subscribe it. Now, if calcium, magnesium, copper and potassium are lacking, what is this? This is a leaf. Okay, but this leaf appears to be dead. Okay, dead leaf. Okay, dead leaf. It is no longer alive. Okay? Not alive. So this condition, when a tissue dies, due to pathological death of tissue. Pathological means out of disease and not natural. Out of disease and not natural. So we have pathological death of a tissue is referred to as necrosis. Necrosis is a medical term, and you will you will hear this term frequently in second year MBBS. In second year MBBS. So whenever you will be introduced to the subject pathology, human pathology, so there you will. So necrosis is a general term. So a pathological death of tissue means the tissue has not died naturally. Tissue was not old. It is due to some issue. Okay, it is due to some issue, some major issue has happened. Fine. Dead tissue. Yes, Juhi is saying dead tissue. Yes, it is dead tissue. But dead tissue, it did not die naturally. Okay, it died due to some pathological reason. Because of some disease, it died. Fine. So, which elements are responsible? If calcium is not there. Okay, so obviously calcium is a structural part. So, calcium must be there. Calcium must be there. Okay, then we have got magnesium. Magnesium again part of chlorophyll. So, and copper we have got. Copper, it is a micronutrient and activates many enzymes. Potassium, potassium plays what role? Potassium plays chief role in cation anion balance. You have to by heart these things. Okay, then we have got certain other issues also. We have got certain other issues also, like inhibition of cell division. Cell division, like your mitotic division, if gets restricted. Sorry, spelling is wrong. I'm sorry. Mitosis. So mitosis, or we can say meiosis. If cell division gets hampered, okay, hampered, or like stops, or there are some obstacles in cell division. So what will happen? What will happen? So plant maybe failure of growth, failure of growth and metabolism, failure of growth, metabolism, and reproduction. Because if meiosis is not there, how will they reproduce? Okay, especially sexually reproducing plants. Okay, so reproduction will be hampered and metabolism may stop. Metabolism, like, okay, necessary structures are there and the cells are not being formed at the rate they are required. So what will you do? You will suffer. Plant may not grow well or it may not sustain. So inhibition of cell division is due to nitrogen. Nitrogen is very vital. Potassium, sulfur, molybdenum. Okay. Then delay in flowering due to less concentration of nitrogen. Again we have got nitrogen. Again we have got sulfur, molybdenum. It is necessary for, I will tell you later, it is necessary for activation of enzymes. Fine. Delay in flowering is also necessary. If no flower is present, what will happen? So if flower is not present, so female reproductive part and male reproductive part, androecium and gynoecium may not be there. Androecium, male reproductive part, okay, and female reproductive part, gynoecium. If they are not there, so there will be no gametes, and how will then fertilization take place? How will pollination take place? There will be no pollen at all, na? Because flower is a reproductive structure. So if nitrogen and sulfur and molybdenum are less, flowering may be delayed. Fine. Moving ahead. Any issues? Let me know in the comment section. Yes. Toxicity of micronutrients. Now we were talking about deficiency. Now let us talk about toxicity. So if toxicity means like excess. Toxicity means what? Excess. So any element which reduces, excess means like any element which reduces the dry weight which reduces the dry weight of tissue by 10%. Any element which reduces the dry weight of tissue by 10%, then like we say that toxicity of particular element has taken place. Toxicity of particular element has taken place. Okay. What we aim, we have what we aim. We have we were talking about deficiency, but it should not be in excess also. No. Okay. If it is there in excess, so what will happen? Yes, if it is in excess, then this leads to toxicity. For example, I was talking about excess of vitamins. Excess of vitamins in animals, hypervitaminosis. So here we have, if nutrients are present in excess, so this can cause toxicity. So any element which reduces the dry weight of tissue by 10%, then that element is referred to as toxic. And the certain deficiency symptoms like chlorotic veins may be there. Veins. What are veins? This is a vein. Okay, this is a vein. Vein in your case, you are well aware, which carry deoxygenated blood. But in case of plant, they are also carrying something. They do not have blood, but they are supplying water. They are supplying food. So they have got veins. Now, in certain areas or in these special areas, if loss of chlorophyll takes place, then this condition is referred to as chlorotic veins. Okay, this condition referred to as chlorotic veins. NCERT has given another example. Now consider the case of manganese. What manganese does? If manganese is present in excess, so what mischief it makes? Manganese, if in excess, competes with what? Iron. Competes with what? Iron and iron, magnesium and calcium. Okay, so it competes with iron and magnesium for uptake. Competes means what? Like if it is present in excess, it will make the uptake of iron and magnesium difficult. Okay. Yes, iron and magnesium, it will make it there difficult. And then calcium for absorption. If manganese is present in excess, it leads to absorption impairment. Means the plant may not be able to absorb calcium properly. And then its excess will lead to deficiency symptoms of calcium. Okay, so this toxicity may lead to deficiency as well. Okay. Like manganese is so naughty that if it is present in excess, it competes with iron and magnesium. Like it will not allow plant to extract it from the soil. Okay, it will make that difficult. And even if extracted, for example calcium, it may not help absorb the plant. It may not help, it may inhibit or it may hinder the absorption of calcium. So if it is present in excess, it will lead to deficiency of these three: iron, magnesium and calcium. Okay, hope clear. This is an example of NCERT. So moving ahead. So I was talking about here, this was like veins. Veins may have like chlorotic veins. Fine. So moving ahead, absorption of minerals. We have got any issues, let us know in the comment section. Okay. So we have got absorption of mineral. Now, absorption of mineral either takes place through apoplast or synplast. Okay. You must be knowing. You must be knowing that. Okay, I'm taking. Hmm. Okay, so we are moving. Consider this topic, this concept of apoplast and symplast usually comes in transport in plants. Okay, so we have discussed in transport, or we will discuss in transport. I am telling you for just for now, like if water needs to come, if water needs to come in this, if water needs to come, if water comes here, suppose. Yes, if water comes, oh, sorry. Yes, water is coming from here. Water is coming from here. We have got root here, which help to increase the surface area. Which help to increase the surface area. So water is coming. Now, water has two options. Water has two options. Either it may move through apoplast, which is basically apoplast is basically what? Apoplast is basically network of cell walls. Okay, so it is like we may say network of cell walls, network of cell walls and middle lamella. So when we say apoplast, then what do we mean? We mean extracellular spaces. Okay, we mean extracellular spaces. You must be aware then when water moves through this channel. Okay, when water moves through this channel through apoplast, then this movement is comparatively faster because water does not need to enter into the cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is viscous and it will offer great resistance to the movement of water. Okay, so movement through apoplast is faster, but ultimately here this when it comes to endodermis, remember the root anatomy. We have got epidermis, we have got cortex, we have endodermis, we have got pericycle, and finally the vascular cylinder. Okay, water will move from here or nutrients will be absorbed. Firstly, the cells of epidermis, then the cells of cortex, then endodermis. It is soil. Okay, from soil water will come or nutrients will come. They will first contact root here, then like whatever the after movement through root here, it reaches apoplast. Apoplast means the outer area where there is a network of cell walls and middle lamella. Okay, if it enters into the cell, first it encounters the cells of epidermis. Clear? Firstly it encounters cells of epidermis, then cortex, then endodermis, then pericycle, and finally it reaches the pipe. Finally, it reaches the pipe through which the water is sucked, through transpiration pool. So vascular cylinder means basically xylem and phloem. Vascular means like what is vascular in your case? Your veins, arteries, your blood capillaries. But plant does not have that. Plant does not have any blood vessels. So plant has xylem and phloem. Okay. So this vascular cylinder takes the things which are required from here to here. Okay. So what I was saying that apoplast is basically the network of cell walls, middle lamella, and it is an extracellular space. So movement through it is faster. Movement through it is faster. But if like where when we reach here endodermis, when cells of endodermis, so there is a presence of like Casparian strips. Okay, the presence of Casparian strips. So Casparian strips. Here we have got deposition of suberin. We have got deposition of suberin. So suberized walls are there. Therefore, water needs to enter into the endodermis. Fine. So what I was taking, okay, basically I will we will discuss these later in transport in plants. But now, for now, I'm telling you that apoplast is a network of cell walls, middle lamella, extracellular spaces. Okay, I hope it is clear. And symplast, basically when water or nutrients enter into the cells, then it is known as symplast. Okay, then it is known as symplast. So what we were discussing, we are discussing about absorption of minerals. So in absorption of minerals, firstly, minerals will come through apoplast. So first thing is like diffusion. First thing is diffusion. You have got soil. You have got soil, and here you have got like this root here. So from here to here, it will move. So apoplast, passive means, apoplast means the movement through apoplast is passive. It means does not require any energy. Okay, minerals are absorbed as such without requiring any energy. So either they are like either they are absorbed passively through diffusion. Okay, or they may be they may be moving through mass flow. Mass flow means like lots of water enters, lots of water enters, and in that water suspended these like elements may be mixed in the water. So along with lot of water comes with great force, so they are carried very easily. So they are moving along the water stream. So plant does not need to invest any energy. So this is the case. Okay, but this happens in apoplast case only. So apoplast, you have moved, and here you will keep moving in the apoplast. Okay, but the real issue is, I am okay, the real issue is you have to move here. You have to move here in the yellow zone. Now, what about this yellow zone? Yellow zone means like you have to move into the cell. And how will you move into the cell? Cell will offer resistance. So can this movement be passive? This movement cannot be passive entirely. Okay, mostly it is an active process. Okay, till now you were coming here. Till now you will coming here because till now you will coming here, but soil with the mass movement of water, many elements entered in the apoplastic pathway. Okay, many movements. Any issues, please let me know in the comment section. Do not hesitate. Okay. So we have entered apoplastic pathway. This did not cost us any energy in any form. Fine. So we have come through mass flow or we have come through diffusion. But now we have to enter this yellow zone. Okay, we have to enter this yellow zone, which is symplast. So now symplast, minerals are present in ionic form. Okay, they are present in ionic form. For example, nitrogen is absorbed as NO3 minus, potassium is absorbed as K plus, calcium is absorbed as Ca2 plus, magnesium is absorbed as magnesium 2 plus. Okay, so these are charged particles. Okay, like in ionic form. So how will they enter into cell directly? This process is basically active process. Okay, this process is basically what? Active process. Why this is an active process? First thing, because of ions cannot be absorbed as such, so it will be active process. We need proteins across the membrane which will transport them, and we have to invest energy for that. Second thing, when it comes to symplast, the concentration of minerals in symplast is higher than that of soil. Okay, it's like concentration is higher. Okay, So concentration is higher. Concentration higher here. Where? Concentration higher in symplast. Okay, that means like that means soil has less nutrients. This may look very this may look very difficult to you, that how soil can have, soil is vast and soil is spread over a vast stretch. So how can soil have less nutrient? If you compare by per capita area, per capita area. Okay, like I say that, okay, you take 1 microgram of soil. You take 1 microgram of soil and you take 1 microgram of symplast content. Okay, 1 microgram. So obviously symplast content will have more minerals. And since it has higher concentration, then movement will be from low concentration to higher concentration. Therefore, the movement is essentially active process. Fine. I would like to conclude that movement through symplast is mainly active process. Okay. And movement through apoplast can be passive. Mostly it is passive. Now, translocation of minerals. Translocation of minerals and like solutes. So, translocation, what do you mean by translocation? What you were expecting? Like, okay, I have this tree. You have from the soil, you have absorbed. From the soil, you have absorbed what? From the soil, you have absorbed that your nutrients, and your nutrients are now present here from the soil. Okay, now they need to be transported. They need to be transported from the place where they are, in abundance, known as the source. Known as the source. Okay. They need to be transported from the soil. Okay, from soil they have come. From soil they have come into the plant body. That means absorption. They have been absorbed. Okay. Now they have to be translocated. They need to be translocated. Translocated means carrying from this part of the plant body to that part of the plant body. So usually it is from source to sink. Usually it is from what? Usually it is from source to sink. Okay, so source is what? Source is like, okay, you can say root is the source, the anatomy of root. And like sink means the part where requirement is high. Where requirement is high. So source means what? We can like site of absorption. Where you absorb the minerals, obviously minerals are going to be present in higher quantity there. Absorption. Minerals are going to be present in higher quantity at the source. But in sink, where requirement is high or where they are lacking, where they are deficient. So this movement from source to sink is referred to as translocation. Okay, and this translocation obviously occurs through channels, occurs through vascular cylinders, and in leaf we have got a network of veins. So through this translocation takes place. For example, here you have taken, and now it needs to be it needs to move here and it needs to move there. It needs to ultimately reach where? It needs to ultimately reach to leaves, to younger parts of the plant, to meristematic tissues where they are required more. Okay, so this is known as translocation. Now translocation takes place through xylem and phloem. Any issues till now? Any issues till now? I don't think any issues there are there. Okay, please let us know in the comment section. Fine. So translocation will take place through xylem and phloem, obviously, because they are like conducting tissues. Okay, all transport takes place through them. So in xylem and phloem, the basic reason for movement is yes, through in xylem and phloem. Okay, so the basic reason, mostly xylem is responsible for inorganic content, and phloem is responsible for organic solutes. Phloem is responsible for organic solutes. So mostly this translocation is through mass flow. Okay, this is through mass flow by transpiration. Okay, mass flow by transpiration. And we have got transpiration pull. About this we will discuss in transport in plants. When transpiration happens, due to that a negative pressure is there, negative pressure or sucking pressure. This sucks the water, and out of that force, no sir, it's clear. Okay, and out of Shine Chaudhary, okay, good, it's clear. So negative or sucking force we have got. So water is like sucked up or water is pulled up. So along with that, our nutrients travel through xylem. Xylem through inorganic content, mainly water and minerals. Okay, mainly water and minerals, and some of the nutrients, organic solutes like nitrogen in form of amides. Okay, nitrogen travels in the form of amides. So latest data suggests, latest data or latest studies suggest that phloem also appears to transport some of inorganic content. Phloem also appears to carry some of inorganic content, and xylem may also have some of the organic content, like some sugars may be present. So directly, like we clear cut, we cannot say that phloem only transports organic things and xylem only transport inorganic things, as was previously believed. We cannot say this now, because phloem also appears to have some of inorganic content. Most of the nitrogen travels in inorganic form, but like nitrogen is also carried in form of amides through phloem. Okay, phloem also appears to have some of inorganic contents, some of inorganic nutrients, and xylem also appears to have some sugars. For example, some sucrose may be transported by xylem. Okay, fine. So yes, what I was saying, that translocation occurs through bulk flow. Yes, it is like okay, bulk flow. So what I was saying, that now your nutrients have come, they will move through mass flow because of transpiration pull. Okay, transpiration pull. So they will move from source. Okay, and they have to reach sink or the growing parts. When they approach the parts of sink, they move into the cells through diffusion. Okay, so how do they reach? They move through diffusion or active transport. Suppose they have been carried to long distances through transpiration pull, and now they have reached to sink. Consider a part of sink, any part. Okay, we have got a leaf, and we have got cells in the leaf. So how will they enter into the cells of leaf? How will they enter? They will enter through diffusion. Okay, they will enter through diffusion. So this is the thing, either through diffusion or through active transport. Fine. So this was about today's topic. We have another thing. Soil, the importance of soil. Soil as reservoir of nutrients. You know that soil is you can say very valuable, okay? Or you cannot put a price tag over the soil, because soil formation takes place in thousands of years. So soil is the source of all minerals, source of all minerals, okay? And it is a source of all minerals. If soil is not present, how will you absorb the minerals? And if minerals are not there, how will plant grow? And if plant does not grow, how will you sustain the living world? Because plants are producers. If there are no plants, there are no consumers, there are no decomposers, and finally the whole living world will die, and there can be no healthy ecosystem. Okay, soil also provides air to the roots. Okay, because soil is porous. You have got different pore. So in that porous allows diffusion of oxygen, so supply of oxygen to the roots. So because of this porous type of soil, it is not like that if you put some brick, you put some brick, and brick is homogeneous and there are no empty spaces or cavity. Soil is like a heterogeneous type of thing. So here easily, soil is a heterogeneous type of thing. Here easily oxygen can penetrate to certain extent. So because of this porous nature of soil, plants and their roots have access to oxygen also. Okay, and then we have got stabilizing matrix. Soil fixes the plants. Soil fixes the plant and gives them a strong foundation. If there is no soil, how will you fix the plants? Okay, aquatic plants, the case of aquatic plants may be a bit different. The case of, but like, okay, for example, angiosperm. Can you imagine a mango tree? Can you imagine a mango tree without soil? And can you grow the mango tree in hydroponic technique? No, this is not possible. Okay, so stabilizing matrix for plant, which is also important. Soil, stabilizing matrix, and we have site for decomposition in terrestrial habitats. Whenever someone dies, even if a leaf falls, okay, even if a leaf falls, so it is, decomposers are present in the soil. They act upon it by releasing their enzymes, and finally all this they take up organic content, and they leach inorganic content into the soil. When decomposers act upon it, they take all the organic content, or they derive energy from it. Finally all the minerals leach into the soil, and from there they are absorbed by plants. Okay, so this is the case. This cycle continues, and they are absorbed by plants. So yes, soil is a very valuable resource, and we cannot put a price tag. It has a number of functions. So this was all about today's class. So okay, let us rush what I was talking about. Today I was talking about deficiency of essential elements. Critical concentration means, like, if the concentration falls too much, if the concentration below which deficiency symptoms appear is referred to as critical concentration. Deficiency symptoms develop when essential elements are lacking. Minerals keep on moving here and there in the body of plant as per the need, but those elements which are not mobilized very frequently, they are deficient in younger tissues, but those which are mobilized frequently, they are deficient first in older tissues. Okay. This is the an image of chlorosis, loss of chlorophyll. Loss of chlorophyll is due to these elements. You have to remember them. Yellow patches. Please subscribe our YouTube channel. Okay, if calcium, magnesium, copper, and potassium are lacking, so this may lead to pathological death of tissues known as necrosis. Inhibition of cell division may take place due to deficiency of nitrogen, potassium, sulfur, molybdenum. Okay, and I have told you about that. Delay in flowering is due to deficiency of nitrogen, sulfur, molybdenum. Okay, and toxicity of micronutrient. Manganese in excess competes with iron, magnesium, and calcium. If it is present in excess, it will make the uptake of iron, magnesium difficult, and it will compete with calcium to absorb. Plant may not absorb calcium and will develop the deficiency symptom. If toxicity of micronutrients is there, it may lead to chlorotic veins. Okay, I told you about that. Chlorotic veins. Chlorotic veins means that yellow patches will be seen along with veins. Okay. Moving ahead, absorption of minerals. It is through apoplast and symplast. Apoplast is a like extracellular space. So through apoplast it is passive, bound to be passive, and easier and faster also. Okay, but when the like minerals reach to endodermis, then they are forced to enter symplast, because in case of endodermis we have got Casparian strips. They are suberized. Suberized cell wall do not allow water to move through. So ultimately all the movement, whether it is water or nutrients, is through symplast only, and then it is active process. Active process because elements are present in ionic form and their concentration is higher in symplast compared to diffusion. Higher in, and I have even told you that compare per capita 1 microgram of soil and 1 microgram of symplast. So 1 microgram of symplast will be higher. So low to high means energy, active transport, uphill concentration. Translocation of minerals and solutes occurs through first thing I told you that mass or bulk flow. Mass or bulk flow I have told you. Okay, and then when they reach sink, then this occurs through diffusion and active transport. One thing I wanted to tell you that in case of like endodermis, when you come to root, so endodermis has got certain transport proteins. Where a plant adjusts the quality and quantity of solute. Okay, so transport proteins which are present in the endodermis, so these are control points of transport. Okay, so here plant will determine endodermis, the transport proteins present in endodermis. Here plant will determine which solutes will come into, which solutes will come or which will not come. So controlling points of the transport. Fine. And soil provides air to the roots because it is porous, stabilizing matrix for plants, source of all minerals, and soil is very valuable resource. If you lose all the soil, you cannot create it even if you spend all the money of the world. So this was all about today's session. I hope it was a pleasant session for all of you. You all had a great time. Wish you an enjoyable learning session. Wish you all the best. So bye. Lots of love. Love you. And please subscribe our channel. Please find us on Instagram at Altedemy. So hope to see you soon. Okay. Nice. Good night. Wish you all the best. Bye.